Alright guys, today's review, we're going to be talking about a product called Gunderwear.
Keep going.
Alright guys, today's review, we're going to be talking about a product called Gunderwear. And if you're like me, when I first heard the product named Gunderwear, I thought it sounded kind of silly, and the guy who is the inventor of it is a police officer, so I was like, alright, I'll hear you out, let's see what you're thinking, or what you got with this product. The name sounded funny. I was thinking maybe if I'm going to be a model for this, I can start a OnlyFans page to model this stuff. But in all seriousness, the first thing that came to my mind was it was underwear that was a holster. And that's not the case. As I've told multiple people about the product line over the last month or so, the first thing that comes to mind is Gunderwear is underwear that carries a gun, and that's not what it is. I'm going to open this up for you. Here's a fresh one, so we're not modeling a used stinky version, right? So what we have here is a set of like boxer brief, spandex, polyester blend underwear, like athletic underwear, normal stuff, right? But what we have in this is stitched in with a thin layer of padding. And one of my concerns with this immediately was, is this padding going to bunch up in the wash? Is it going to be sitting really rigid how it looks right now when you wear it? Is it going to be like when you have the inserts for elbow pads or knee pads and you make your arm go straight and you got this big square in the elbow, or you got those big protruding, pads coming off the knees? So at first, that's what I was imagining the fit and feel of this product to be. When in reality, the fit and feel of the product, with it being that it's like a spandex and it locks close to the body, it really form fits. And what this does is this provides padding between your pistol or your holster and your body. So you wear your holster as you normally would. This just goes underneath and it gives you some extra padding. So this one here is for appendix carry for a left-handed shooter, as I'm left-handed. Right, the one I'm wearing now is for the side carry, or in my case, the 9 o'clock, because I'm lefty, right? So for here, for like a duty belt with this drop leg right here, you can see this plastic and this hanger for the drop leg strap. When I would do stuff on the range, like in that little intro clip where we're doing some combat mobility We're doing range of motion with the hip that goes outward. So anything like this, right? At the end of the day, the holster rides well, the equipment is good, but at the end of the day, after running around, climbing stuff, climbing over things, out of vehicles, whatever we're doing, it's not uncommon for me to have bruising on my thigh and bruising on my hip and on different parts around the waistline where my gear is rubbing and making contact with my body. I've been wearing the Gunderwear, trying it out now for the last month or so, and I've gone through a SWAT week doing CQB, mount training, doing so runs through the shoot house, urban environment, lots of upstairs, around corners, lots of panning and flexing in the hip, doing these motions, and doing our weapons retention. We did a few days of weapons retention and combat mobility with the Safari Land group last week. We've had a group up from Brazil. We were doing vehicle combatives, so in and out of the vehicles and all that kind of stuff, along with these other combat mobility on the obstacle course, testing the gear, shooting under stress, all that kind of stuff. So for over the last month, we've had a lot of different training courses that we've been teaching, and it's been very, very active. So over the course of this time, I've really had a chance to pressure test and see how this would hold up and how much it would reduce the normal wear and tear that I get on my body from doing these activities or this type of training with the gear that we normally run for that training. And I have to tell you, I'm surprised on how good it's held up. So one, I haven't had bruising in those areas where the padding is. And the other areas I still run into bruising along my waistline and stuff like that. But where the padding is, from the holster banging when I'm running, from the flexation of my leg going into the positions where it's driving my leg into the gear, I haven't had any bruises in those areas, and it's been actually really comfortable to wear. The amount of time that we've been training over the course of the month, the Gunderwear has gone through the wash, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 times, however often, I've been washing it, right? And with that, the padding is still in the original spot. It hasn't shifted and bulked or turned around in its position, right? So the product itself has held up in the washing machine. It hasn't changed size. The elastic hasn't worn out, right? So that part has been really good. If I take this off for when we're doing concealed carry stuff, right? If we're going to look at this from a concealed carry standpoint, let's say, okay, right now these 511 pants are pretty fitted. You can't really tell all that much that I have that pad right here, right? So this is where the padding is. And again, if I'm concealed carrying, wearing normal clothes, I'm going out in town, it doesn't look like I have a pillow in my pants. So if we're doing this version with the appendix carry, the nice thing is that padding comes down, so when you're sitting in the car or you're sitting at the restaurant, the weapon and the holster have a little bit of cushion between you and the body, and it's just way less uncomfortable when we're carrying. So with that, this product is actually, as funny as the name is, this product is really, really nice. And I've really enjoyed wearing it, and it's one of those things that at this point I would say this isn't a gimmick product, that this is a legit user-friendly product that adds value to your time on the range. And if you're going to work every day wearing a duty belt as like a police officer or military guy or whatever, security, this is definitely something to look into. It's going to make your day way more comfortable. If you're concealed carrying a lot, I would say this is great. Here's some of the things that I don't like about the product, or I would like to see changed, which then I'll give you the follow-up on that. So one of the things that I don't like about the product is, as you can see right now, there's no opening if you have to take a piss, right? So it would be nice if it had a fly. I guess is it still a fly if there's no zipper, whatever that little opening is on your underwear, right? It would be cool if you had that, so you didn't have to undo your gun belt and all your stuff to use the bathroom. It would be cool if it had that. The newer models that are now coming out, they've made that change since I got this product. They've made that change, and the newer models have now alleviated that concern. I wasn't the only one who said that, so they're addressing it. The other thing with this, as I was saying, wearing that shooting belt, I still ran into areas where I was getting bruising around the hip waistline, and that is one of the things that they're now going to address as well. So in addition to having your elastic waistband and the padding here, they're actually going to be putting padding in along that waistline. So if you're wearing other things on your EDC, like an extra mag or a Leatherman tool or whatever it is, if guy's got a couple things, a flashlight, I don't know what you're carrying, or you're just wearing a duty belt, right? Now that rest of that belt line, if you're getting it nice and tight so that your concealed carry pistol isn't bouncing all over the place, right? Now that wear and tear will be alleviated based on the additional padding that they're going to put in. Other than that, those were really the two things of concern. They've actually said that the new padding they're going to come out with is a little bit more firm and a little bit thicker, so it'll provide you even a little bit more protection. I've been told that isn't going to really be printing anymore or showing up as thicker or anything like that noticeably, but one of the things that they are looking to do is to put in even a better padding, which I thought this padding worked great, but that is something that they're going to be adding in. So overall, as far as this product goes, I would say it's a great product for, again, someone who's wearing a shooting belt all the time, or if you conceal carry all the time. I've been wearing this because I've been testing it, but as I've been testing it, I've looked forward to using this versus just normal boxer briefs to go out to the range. So just my 2 cents on it. Again, this isn't a paid promotion. I'm not under contract and being paid to do this review. They simply sent me this product and said, Rich, would you please run this and let us know your thoughts, which the 2 thoughts I told you. Everything else has been pretty great, and it's a really cool product. So check it out. It's called Gunderwear. And yeah, get your set. Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you have a set, how's your experience with it been?